Welcome to episode 10, season finale of For Better Best Podcast. It's your boy, Charles Beloved, here with my...
He ran out of adjectives, y'all.
It's 10 episodes. I gotta say, we know you're fine, girl. We know you're freaking fine.
He ran out of adjectives. No, I am
Amazing
Shireen.
wife, Queen Shireen Kirkendall.
We are so excited.
Give it up. Let's go. Climb it up.
10 episodes.
Wow.
I did not think we would get here when we started this. I remember our first episode, I was so freaking nervous.
Yeah. Now you're a pro.
Am I?
I was told after episode 10 is when you're like a podcaster. For real. Yeah, you're a podcaster.
Wow. Let me add a podcaster to my
Add it to
Instagram.
your bio.
Booking info in my bio, guys.
What a publicist.
So we are taking a break. We decided to do it in seasons, just because we had to be realistic with ourselves. Trying to do unlimited, no break record, it just doesn't work for us. So we are getting ready. CJ's about to he's doing his kindergarten graduation.
Shout out to my boy.
And summer is upon us. We are so excited. Carter's about to turn 1. So we just have a lot of plans this summer. And when we post this, let us know in the comments what y'all are doing this summer. Maybe we'll cross paths.
Let's get back to the vibes
with some of y'all. And the first big thing we're doing. So we will tell y'all about some of our plans. And this is why people are like, y'all are nuts. And how do y'all do this with kids? So CJ's birthday is the end of June.
Yep.
We have a wedding that weekend. We're going to fly to Cancun for the wedding. It will be Carter's first international trip.
Yep.
Funny story. In December, I was like, we need to do passports. Carter needs a passport. CJ's passport's expired already. So I'm like, he needs a new passport. So I get all the documents, y'all. The government wants everything for your passports. And then on top of that, for minors, both parents have to be at the appointment. So I had to find an appointment time that worked for both me and Charles's schedule. And if I was like, what happened to single moms or single parents? Then you need to there's some form you have to fill out if the other parent is. I said, wow, y'all make this very hard. We went to the appointments. I get the passports. I'm excited. Y'all, why they spelled our last name wrong on Carter's passport?
That was messed up after all that work.
So then I had to send in the form to fix the name. It's been a process. Yes. So,
but we're
here. So we're gonna go to Cancun for this wedding and / CJ's birthday. My mom
/ talent booking.
Yeah. / Oh, guys, this is the trip where I met Entanglement.
When you got in trouble.
This is
when you got caught up.
This is entanglement.
Do you think he's gonna be back, or are you gonna get a new entanglement?
I would like to not be entangled with anyone but my 3 men, my 3 boys.
You're going back on the group trip again.
So we're going on a trip with that group. Charles got booked again. And they have a wedding happening on the trip. So it's gonna be really fun. Celebrating CJ's 6th.
Shout out Black Excellence Beach Weekend. They have scaled this.
Carl and Ashley are amazing.
Incredible time. So I'm really excited about that.
If you are looking for a trip where you don't want to have to plan anything and it's planned for you, they bring a fun bunch of people.
And they bring talent like me down there to go crazy. So it's a robust, entertaining weekend, but just good vibes. Like it's still based in faith and turn up. Like they got a real good mix. So.
Good thing going. They do financial wellness seminars. They are big about saving money.
Great weekend.
So they're just a great couple to support. So shout out to them. So then you would think, oh, that's great. They're doing a fun little trip. Right. No.
That's it.
Then we're flying to Chicago.
Okay, break it down.
So in Chicago, Charles's dad and his stepmom, those are the grandparents that live there. We are going to be in Chicago for that week. That will be home base with the kids. And then the next weekend is Essence Fest.
Gotta go to Essence Fest.
So we will drop the kids with their grandparents and we're going to Essence Fest.
Booked up for Essence Fest. So shout out Essence Fest. Excited. We're going crazy down there.
Yes, Charles has some bookings for Essence Fest. We're so excited. That's going to be fun. If you've never been to Essence Fest, I think they call it Auntie Fest. And I think it's very on brand because Essence is not cheap.
Yeah, that's true. No, okay. I'm tracking.
And I think they bring back a lot of nostalgic R&B acts.
That's what I'm here for, though.
Yeah.
I'm an auntie. So I'm I love the Essence Fest. I look forward to Essence Fest.
You an uncle.
Everybody say, no, you know, I was just, listen, gender neutrality, listen. Everybody say Essence Fest is like where Freaknik, the post Freaknik.
Yeah.
Like the Freaknik era.
They now at Essence Fest.
Outside, they're at Essence Fest now. So it's a real good time.
But the city is just alive. It's black people everywhere. It's events.
Good energy, and it's a music. It's a music.
And I think Essence is a good thing because even if you don't want to go to the actual concert, there's still so much going on in the city.
Yeah, it's just it's a good time. And
we're hitting Essence Fest. I went last year, 7 months pregnant, waddling around the city. And then you think, oh, that's it. They're going to go to Chicago and get their kids. No, we're not. We're going to go to Chicago, spend the week there with our kids again.
And then we go to Toronto.
And then we're off to Toronto.
So that's our anniversary trip.
Yeah, so we're celebrating 8 years?
Wow, 7. Come on now.
Well, at least I'm speeding us up.
Come on.
At least I wasn't
But you should know the day. You should know.
I know the dates.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, I guess it's the year after CJ's 1 year less. Yes, so we're celebrating 7 years. So we're going to go see Beyonce in Toronto.
You won't break my soul. Toronto.
So here's a little hack for y'all. Y'all know we travel a lot. We looked up Beyonce in LA and the tickets, I just could not.
No, it was unreasonable. Unreasonable to be like close to the stage in American US dollars.
I was just like, I can't spend that kind of money and still be in Los Angeles. Like,
no. And it was the last tour date. And I said, no.
Yeah.
I got to see it before that. I almost was going to go to Belgium or wherever she
He wanted to go to like Barcelona. He was looking.
Oh yeah, it was so many. We had so many other bookings.
But Charles was like, well, let's look in Europe. So I will say the ticket prices in other countries are a lot cheaper. Yeah. So this is not a hack to actually save you money because obviously you have to get to the city. But at least
you get an experience.
Yeah, you get to make a trip of it. So I
did the Canadian conversion, USD. Same seats. We saved about $1,000 a person.
Yeah. Because you say we saved like $400 or $500 a ticket. Yeah. So we're going there. And my homegirl, I told her the same thing. She looked up Vancouver, Canada, and she was like, wow, the tickets in Vancouver are even cheaper than Toronto.
Wow.
So y'all, if there's a person you want to see, travel, go someplace, make it a trip, get the experience, and not just see them in your homes. I just couldn't pay that kind of money to see her in LA. So many people ask us if we're going to see Beyonce in LA. We are not. No. We will not be there. No. That's also Charles's birthday weekend, so we wanted to leave it open in case we wanted to do something. We don't have a plan yet. So then we fly back to Chicago,
pick up our kids,
and then we pick up our kids, and then we go home. But that we are going to be on the road for essentially 3 weeks. So we're trying to record the podcast. It just wasn't going to happen. So we had to let it go.
I wish that was the end of the summer plans, but it's a lot happening. By the time this comes out, I do think that we would probably have already like announced like what I'm trying to do.
Oh, I was like, announce what? What? I got nervous. I was like, what do we announce?
Unless there's something in the oven I need to know about.
Just some Carl's Jr.
I want to do our first live podcast this summer.
Oh yeah.
Like we've gotten such phenomenal feedback, and I was like, yo, like let's hop into this fun interaction, because I like to think that I'm funny, but if I had a live studio audience
laughing at
is this an egotistical thing?
I was going to say, this sounds like we're stroking Charles's ego.
I just want to make sure that I'm as funny as I think. So, I mean, we've built a decent fan base so far, and, I want to do something interactive and, have some friends over. So, I'm really looking forward to being able to do that. Maybe integrating, like, my own party into it and make, you know what I mean?
Make it a little
vibe.
Create
a little vibe. They get to see us in person.
So, I also want to say, if anyone, when this comes out, if you're like, oh, I'm going to be at Essence, like, please come up and talk to us.
Yeah,
we love
that.
Like, we were just in Colorado and someone came, they said they saw me and they were like, no, that's not her.
No way Queen Shireen's in there. Not fancy Shireen from New York and Colorado.
They were like, why would she be in Denver? And then they said they saw Charles and they were like, oh, that definitely was her.
She walked up and said, where's your wife? I said, oh shit. I said, what did I do? I had to think twice. I was like, what was my last few weeks? But then It's like she's right over here. So she walked over and just profusely was just like so.
Just a beautiful spirit, just
Man,
being so
just like,
positive.
I can't believe I actually got to meet you. Y'all doing such great work with the podcast. It was such a beautiful moment.
So if you see us, please come up, say hi.
We are genuinely like this.
We are fun.
Hopefully they realize like this is not a fake we putting on.
We like to have, and I'm excited, y'all. I'm so excited to go to Essence Fest this year and not be pregnant and drink all the drinks and do all the things. So for me last year, like I had to, it was hot, it was humid. It was like half raining, half sunny, and I legitimately was like 7.5 months pregnant. So I'm like waddling, and I remember we had a full day of events and they were getting ready to go. I have no problem when I'm pregnant. I'm like, Charles, please, you go have fun. I don't care. I need to lay down and I'm just going to sleep. So if you would like to keep your night going, I'm not going to stop you. I'm not one of those people. But my homegirl was like, Shireen, you're staying in the Uber? I was like, girl, I know I don't feel 7.5 months pregnant because I'm out here with y'all, but I am 7.5 months pregnant.
I'm going to sleep.
It's 10 o'clock. My night is done. If you want to see me tomorrow, I have to stop now. So I was like, I have to wrap it up. But I do have a question for you because I've seen this before and I've seen wives have a problem with this. Like, what if I asked you out? What if I was like, Charles, in solidarity, don't drink for the next 10 months with me?
I would do it.
Why are you lying?
Why are you going to ask the question? Listen, give me my third child that we spoke about in episode 2, and we can test it out.
No, we don't got to test it out. I believe you.
Because now you don't want to believe.
No, I believe you.
I absolutely would.
So you wouldn't. Yo, Charles, if I have, so that is also something that we're doing this summer.
What you think I'm like?
So we're gonna have a conversation this summer about Charles's third child. I say Charles's because I'm part of that baby. I hand him his baby. But we are having a conversation about how we are going about. We said we're gonna come up with a definite plan on how we're going about this third baby.
Oh, I could tell you the plan. Oh, wait a minute, it don't work no more. I forgot episode 1.
Oh, I'm like, what's the plan?
I was like, I can tell you the plan, but the plan don't work no more.
No, that's not the plan. It's going to be a lot more scientific and tech. Less fun, guys. More scientific and technical.
I forgot about the plans have changed.
I'm like,
I was getting excited about the plan.
You're no excitement. We don't need any excitement for you. You're actually probably not even involved in the plan. It's me and a doctor. You can keep your night going. We don't need you.
See you in about an hour.
No, so we said this summer that we're going to have a conversation about a timeline, because this was when Charles told me that he wanted a third child. I told him it's now or never, bruh.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, Carter turned 1. Let's do the damn thing. And Charles said, I need three more years.
That's not my
years.
That's not God's time. God has given me the vision.
This vision God didn't give you.
And the vision is we could try again in 2024. Like, let's just let Carter get a little bit older. Let us get a little bit wiser.
No. That means I get a little bit older.
I don't. Smooth. You gotta be fun. You gotta be stronger.
No, I'll be weaker. Like, my body will be older. So that is.
This is a fundamental. This is a red flag.
Well, you here now.
What's episode now? This is a red flag.
No. You here? You in it?
But yeah. I need a little bit more time, but we'll figure it out.
That is something that's on our timeline to figure out. So y'all heard it here first. I'm going down on this hill. If I do not do a surrogate and I get this man this baby, he better not drink one drop.
I will listen.
And if y'all see him, y'all better DM me.
So here's my thing. Like, I probably would, and I'm gonna be honest. I know my. No. You don't even know what I'm about to say.
What are you about to say? I'm sorry.
I, being real myself, would have never considered it going into baby 1.
Okay.
In reality. Mm-hmm. But again, seeing what you go through is just like, if you have an ask of me, I'm going to do that ask. So yeah, if that is like your thing, like, hey, Charles, 9-10 months, you can't drink, you list them all out. Okay. I'm going to do it because I realize the sacrifice that you have to. You can't do anything for. You can't even eat like bologna. I don't even know the last time you had bologna, but you can't eat nothing. You should not. I'm sorry, I should curse. You can't eat nothing cold cut. Like, it's just like, so if you wanted me to like have some solidarity things with you to give me the girl that I so desperately seek, Charlotte.
That's a red flag. That name? No, we're not doing that.
Charlotte Kirkendall.
Yo, my homegirl wants us to have a daughter and name her Charlotte so we can call her Charlie. And I said, I'm not having a Charles and a Charlie. That's not, or two Charleses and a Charlie. We're not.
I'm on my George Foreman. I'm on my Foreman shit.
Yo, that's not. So what he named it? So how?
It's like 4 Georges.
And then
George Jr. They came up with nicknames like Georgie.
But then I heard the girls were also
Georgette, Georgina,
that's nuts.
Yeah,
I want to know the women who agreed to naming all of their kids some variation of George.
Listen, he had a vision.
I'm not.
Worked out well for them. Because if you saw Foreman, he made like $160 million off the grill. So.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah, your name of what? You name my child what I say if I had $160 million, huh? Okay, red flag, gotta have money, all right.
Anyway, people ask us about traveling with our kids. Yeah. So, I think everyone's seen that Southwest video by now. It's a few months old.
Man, that was crazy.
If you haven't, Google like angry Southwest passenger baby. And the man is literally... First off, you're flying Southwest.
I was about to say, I thought, when I first saw it, I thought it was American, United. I said, wait a minute, this happened on Southwest?
Okay, so here...
I thought it was like first class on American.
That's what I thought. I said, clearly...
Still overreaction, but...
But I said, you know what? You pay for a first class flight. My man, if you know anything about Southwest, you board based on how you check in. Yeah. So it's not assigned seating. My man was in a middle seat. So that means you were seat
30. You see 30 mad as hell, bro. That's wild. That's nasty work.
Your C group, and the flight attendant said, "Sir, can you please stop screaming?" He said, "But what about the baby?" Well, I didn't want to know how you were about to make this baby be quiet. So, but I say all that to say, my stance is travel with your kids.
Yeah.
Do it. Get on the plane.
Don't stop.
They're going to be loud. They might cry. Mm-hmm. You'll be embarrassed. You'll get off the plane. You'll never see those people ever again. Go on the trip, do the things, have the experiences with your kids. Carter does not take a pacifier. We flew to Chicago with him. It was a night flight. People were trying to sleep.
Yeah. So what? Oh, well.
And he wasn't. Carter's not really a crier, but he's a loud talker. Yeah. And he was just loud talking.
Yeah. So don't let it stop you, man. Don't let it stop you.
Go on the trip. So we're going on multiple trips. Mm-hmm. Carter is going to see all the places, see all the things. CJ's been a lot of places with us because we were still taking vacations and we didn't have childcare. We didn't have help.
Yeah.
And so we were like, well, he's just going to come. Mm-hmm. And I flew from San Francisco to London by myself. To meet Charles. He had a work trip in London, and he was like, well, we get half a paid trip to London. Why
pull up?
He was like,
please. Pull up on me.
He was like, just come meet me. So he flew there early because he had work, and then I took a few days off, and I flew by myself. I was so nervous because I was like, Lord, this flight is 9 hours, and I ain't going to have nobody to help me.
Yeah.
I paid for economy comfort. I think that is a time where you have to just spend the money. Yeah. I was like, I cannot be scrunched up in the back with this baby by myself. So I paid for comfort. God bless me. And there was nobody in the middle seat.
Oh, wow.
So that
was a huge W.
Yes. And he sprawled out. I kid you not, that baby slept for 8 hours on that plane.
Amen.
And I was
that's a blessing.
I said, Lord.
That's a blessing. Shut up, my boy. We should have known we had a good one then.
And then he landed and had jet lag, and he was up at 3 a.m. playing with us. But
we will order a room service. Hashtag the fat food episode.
Yes, we ordered.
We were up at 3 a.m.
It was after a while. Sometimes I get like so cloudy in parenting, and Charles really comes in and just like he's clear. And I remember that night I was like, I'm so tired. I just wish this little boy would go to sleep. And Charles was like, well, let's just order food because food makes everyone sleepy.
Yeah.
He was like, I feel like if you pat a little food on his stomach, he would just go to sleep. And he ordered burgers or something random.
Bro, I was, and it was that expensive report. I just want to be clear. Shout out.
Your former employer.
Oh my God, that expense report was one of the wildest expense reports I've ever submitted in my life. Yo, we were living. My boss actually told me, she said, I just want to let you know, I'm going to approve this. But if I get fired, you're getting fired too. I said, word.
So we ordered food. CJ ate. and he started, doing the little eye rub. I was like, turn off the light, turn off the light, turn off the light. But I will say, I think you are a partner that you come in when I'm in the thick of it, and you're like, you look like you could use a little help and you need a break. So I'm going to give you a break, and I love you for that.
Thank you.
But yeah, so I'm pumped for the summer, and I think we will probably try to return sometime in after your birthday, after Labor Day.
Yeah, we'll get her up for season 2. We want to do some more travel, maybe some London. Y'all know summer's party season. I'm booked up. I mean, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, New
y'all
York, Chicago, LA, Detroit, Atlanta, New Orleans. We on roll, baby. And again, even if she's not there, because she don't come to every single tour day, but if y'all see me, for sure, come up and say what's up. Because we really appreciate y'all getting able to see us, especially, I'll just speak for me, see me in a non-club environment. Because I go crazy on stage. That is my thing. That is my love. That is my passion. But I feel like I'm a decent human being. You know what I mean? So,
and I'm not pubbing this to pub this, but please follow the R&B House Party page
so that R&B House Party,
so that you can
R&B House Party.
Yeah, so that you can know where he's going,
the dates.
People are always like, "When's the next party?" That is probably the easiest way to find out when the next event is. And they're a lot of fun. One of Charles's goals this year was to have sponsored events. So y'all know he did the tour with Tito's. That's going through the summer. So those events will be fun. But yeah, it's just a good time. And I don't say that because I'm one of the co-owners of it. I say that because we genuinely have a good time. And I remember when we first started R&B House Party and the room used to be empty at 11. And we would walk around just talking to people and asking them how they found out about it and thanking them for coming.
Y'all still do that, right?
I still do that.
That's a core value of my part. Now, again, when we were doing it initially, it was because we were scared that it was just going to be nobody there. We was like, please don't leave. Please don't leave.
It's going to get better, guys.
I need 4 people. If you see a group of 4, leave. Oh, shit. But now, I enjoy being able to get that early interaction before it's just chaotic and hundreds of people. But
I do it.
Something,
I do it too. At our, this was a few years ago, but our Thanksgiving party, I was at the door when people were leaving, and I was saying, "Thanks for coming. Thanks so much for coming. Have a good night. Get home safely." And I remember a girl was like, "This was a great party. That was so nice. Thank you. I will be back." And it's because I think we value. Yeah. Charles works the event, but I work the door. I want to make sure everyone gets in because I appreciate you getting out of your house, putting on your clothes, getting transportation, getting to the event, and I want to make sure you get in. So if you, even if you had to wait a little long, I'm like, I appreciate you even looking at the line and saying, I'm going to get on that line and wait. So I always try to make sure if the door's a mess, I'm going down there like, what are we doing? How do we optimize?
That's the most humbling thing for me, which is why I go so crazy, and everybody know I have my sweats out because I really be performing. I'm talent at these parties. I be going crazy.
Y'all, when he said I tried to play him saying he was jumping across the stage, if you've ever been to he was literally.
I didn't expect 100 people to agree. They were like, no, Charles, you can literally be jumping across the stage. But the most humbling thing is just that one fit, and that's the mark of I was we built something incredible. That one fit that you have in your closet that you know is that fit, and you save it for the right time. When people are putting on that fit to come to my party, it's like, yo, we got something, man. So we want to make sure that experience lives up for all of the people that attend, all the patrons, and all of our friends.
Yeah, and that's why I want to make sure you get in, so you get to experience the jumping across the stage.
So more trips happening this summer. We're also in the middle of interior design right now. Our house look crazy, but slowly but surely getting together. I didn't realize when we bought the house in this amount of square feet how difficult it was to have to make it make sense, because that's a lot of it's difficult. This has been an undertaking.
Everything is $1 million.
Everything.
Every time we are working with an interior designer, just because the house is so big. And I think you get decision fatigue. Yeah. Even working with an interior designer, I get decision fatigue. She asks us, and I'm like, I literally don't know. I don't even care at this point. Just make the room pretty. Yeah. But painting is expensive. Wallpaper is
man.
expensive.
What do we have to do? What do we have to do this week in order to wallpaper?
So in our house, the entryway, there's like a doorway in our entryway. So it's a foyer and then there's like a doorway. And we wanted to just wallpaper that like foyer area, that like right entryway when you walk in. But the doorway that leads to like our staircase, there is no like trim. So if you look at a door in your house, you'll see like around the door, there's like trim that lets you know it's a door. Because there's no actual door on this like doorway, there's no trim. So when we met with the wallpaper guy, I was like, well, how are we going to do like the edge? And he's like, oh, well, it'll overlap a little bit. And I was like, well, I feel like that's going to be weird. Because there's no like ending point. There's no trim to give you an ending point for the wallpaper. So our designer was like, well, we can have trim installed. So I'm like, so the project really was about
I was already annoyed with the wallpaper price. That was a hurdle y'all had to overcome to get me to say, okay, now you got to come back and say, hey, before we can even do that,
the wallpaper,
I need you to get a custom wood maker to add trim so that we can then do the wallpaper. I said, oh, y'all tripping. Y'all chill. This is why I'm on the road for every week.
So Charles was trying. So the trim guy was like, "You could do it the cheap way." So Charles,
I wanted the cheap way.
Charles wants to cheap out.
I wanted to cheap out because this was not an expense.
But you will learn in real estate, in certain kinds of houses, you can cheap out.
Can't cheap out. You can't cheap out.
We do not have a house, and we do not live in an area where you can cheap out. Because when we go to sell that house,
they're gonna be like, "Oh, you cheaped out." So we gonna cheap out on this offer.
Exactly. So I'm like, Charles, this is an expensive house. You do not want things to look cheap. Now, if they are cheap, that is fine, but we do not want them to look cheap.
Yeah, so we ate the price. They're full trim.
It looks beautiful.
It does look beautiful.
And it looks natural. It looks like it was always there. It looks like that's how it was supposed to be. But there are so many things when you buy a house that they do not tell you. That it's thing after thing after thing. And those homes you see on HGTV...
bro,
that's not real life.
And it takes time. Like we bought it, and then we took the first year of our income to like focus on doing the outside. So just paying for like our pool project and built-in grill, ice makers, and all type of random stuff that Shireen dreamt of having in her life. Clearly, in the hood of the Bronx, like, oh, when I make it, I need an ice maker. I said, ma'am, you have ice in the fridge. You could buy ice. She's like, no, that was a mandatory. So whatever. I'm not gonna digress.
What were you thinking about in the hood of Chicago?
A pool. I wanted a pool and a spa. And the California room with two.
You didn't even know what a California room was.
But I did want a pool, and that's why I'm really happy. But then the second year is when we focused on interior design. Like, okay, we need to make these walls not plain white anymore.
So we bought a new construction, and if you know about new construction, so essentially we bought our lot, so the plot of land that our house is on, we own that. Yeah. But essentially, they just gave us a house on a piece of dirt. Yeah. And they said, that is your dirt. Do with your dirt
Figure it out.
what you would like. So when we moved in, we had to then get a contract, like a landscaping contractor to come in and say, like, okay, we're going to put in grass, we're going to put in tile.
And back. And like, no walkways. Like, it's just, you got to do it all.
Literally, there was no gate. There's no gates on the side of our house. There's literally nothing. There was nothing but a house and some dirt for probably almost a year. Yeah. So that was like our first big project. We had some hurdles and some delays. Yeah. That's another thing. I feel like this is teaching us patience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lord.
The non-instant gratification. 2023.
Sheesh. But I also think we probably I know, at least I did. I did not realize that like outdoor stuff costs that much.
Yeah, no, we didn't. Like in our last house, we did a backyard, but it was no pool or anything.
So we had a new construction then too.
Constructed there, and then we did like a pergola and just concrete
and like.
And we still thought that was crazy. That was a $40,000 budget project, $45,000.
And in my head, when we bought the house, I was like, oh, okay, we're gonna do the backyard. We're not gonna do. I was like, what if it like $10,000-$15,000? People were giving us quotes of like $70,000, $80,000.
Like, listen, that's a non-starter.
$70,000
non-starter, not from us.
For some turf?
Not for me. No.
But our neighbors who had yards like literally a third of our size were paying $10,000. So I'm like, of course, our project was quadruple what they were paying.
Yeah. And so when you add a pool into it, you're well over in the 6-figure mark. And it's sick. It's sick.
It is.
But I'm really happy. We teaching our sons how to swim. We don't know how to swim. So when I talk about in a previous episode like that, new generation having different access and things, like I'm so happy that our kids are going to be able to have a pool, but also like be able to swim because neither of us can swim.
Yeah,
also
we're the
we're
the stereotype.
Bridget,
really don't do your face like that.
Wait, Bridget was making a face.
You
didn't know this?
We somehow the two people who can't swim or ride a bike found one another.
But I could ride a bike because Santina said, what you need a bike for, all they're going to do is steal it, and I ain't buying you another one. So that was the case for the bike. And swimming, swimming was a little bit more nerves. I'm a little scared of high school. I was just like, nah. But I know how to yacht. I'm an expert yachter.
No,
you put me on the yacht. You put me on the yacht. What a sunglasses. Bring back my sunglasses.
Charles knows how to put on the hat and unbutton his shirt.
Oh, I know how to yacht.
And stand at the helm with a champagne bottle taking pictures.
There we go. There we go.
So we hope to see you this summer on your yacht.
On the yacht. Oh, man.
No, but we thank y'all for riding with us. We're so amazing. Excited.
It's been such a blessing.
This has been, please send us suggestions for season 2. What do you want us to talk about? Topics you want to hear about? We want to start having guests. We were intentional this season. We just wanted it to be us. We wanted y'all to get to know us.
So that when we do have guests, y'all have an understanding of like our personality and our experience and why we might ask and interject. So I'm excited for that.
And then please email our email address for Better or Best. Is it pod or podcast? But it's for Better or Best.
Hey, come on in. Come on in, kiddo. EPBK, come on in. Come join the couch.
CJ's here.
We're not on camera for this, but this is for y'all. Your champagne.
Carter's here.
Hey, everybody's here. Yes. We got the whole gang. Let's pop that.
Do you want to keep this part on camera?
Yeah, keep talking.
Yes. So for next season, feel free to email us advice, questions.
Yeah, I think we told a lot of stories.
We told so many stories. So tell us your stories.
And perspective. I want to. If Shireen did X, how would she respond? I'm a little shocked because like some of the feedback I've been getting is that I'm crazy. I didn't think people would have drew that conclusion. Yeah, like,
you thought you weren't crazy?
Yeah, no. I thought I was just a normal guy.
No. I acknowledge that I'm crazy.
Hey, that's not for you, CJ.
I acknowledge that I'm crazy. But anyway, we digress. Please email us. We want to hear from you. We want to hear your suggestions. We're so excited. And I just want to give a special thank you to Bridget for
EPBK.
working on this project with us. We initially asked her and she said no.
No, thank you.
And
I'm okay.
And we said, that's cute, but
that's not the response that's going to work.
We're not going to take that as a response. So I appreciate her time, her energy, her effort, and her just
expertise.
Her expertise that she.
Lord, no, y'all enjoy it, but it would have been
very different really without her. So we appreciate and love her so much. CJ, you want to do cheers too?
Get some water.
Yes.
On the count of 3, let's say cheers. 1, 2, 3. Cheers. And that's episode 10 for Better Best Podcast. See y'all after the summer. Stop playing with me. You know the vibes.
See y'all soon. Bye.